Even if God brings possibilities that should prosper their soul, then we go for money. I was privileged to minister at House on the Rock. Sounds of Silence went there. And after administration, in fact, when initially they said, oh, can you provide an account number for us to honor you guys? I told my men, no. Let's just go and bless the people there. But we got there, the man of God there is a father figure. They now honored us with a check. I said, no, you guys have to take this. When we received that check, I took the check and I placed it somewhere to burn it. I told myself, I will never cash this check. Oh, but it's money, I said, no, I will not cash this check. You must understand that there are certain kairos moments that God brings you to so that he can grow you. It's not for you to make gain from it. I told my men, I said, this check is an oblation unto God. We're going to set off and burn it. Because what I want is reward, not payment. And the reward I'm looking for is only God it can come from. I'm not saying you should not receive the honorarium, but I'm saying what I'm pursuing. When I saw the magnitude of the community that house has become, I saw the possibilities of grace in that place and order. I discovered that the church is not just a place to worship, it's an institution. I said, no, what I'm looking for is an impartation. It's an impartation, it's not payment. I'm not going there for money. Is it that I don't need money? I need it. But I told my men, I said, I will never cash this check. A man who is in the needy mindset, we see that and quickly rush and say, oh, God has prospered me. Guess what? That money will finish. But the excuse for an impartation that you would have received is now missing.
Hi, welcome to the Precious Portal. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. What an interesting one. Of course, if you read the comments in this video, you will see it has a lot of mixed reaction. But however, we're not here to read people's comments. We are here to comment on the video, especially someone who like Prophet Joel Ogebe, who also comments on trending things and topics like this. So we're going to be looking at this video from different perspectives. Number one, of course, he was invited to House on the Rock to minister, and it was powerful. Of course, he has fire, he carries the presence, and he really did a great job. But however, in this teaching, he was trying to buttress his point by citing an example about the tape, the African Praise Experience, which just happened. And he had to mention the fact that he was there was an option for them to bless him, House on the Rock, to give him an honorarium via sending money to the account, and he said no, they do not do that, and they came without the honorarium. But when they got there and after the administration, maybe the church insisted that, okay, we're going to give you a check. Okay, is it a blank check? Of course, it's not going to be a blank check. And what was the name on the check? We do not care to know. But however, a check was given and a check was received. That is the first point here. And this is why a lot of people, in the comment section were also complaining. Now, you cannot come to the public space and say you want to set a legal tender on fire. And please do not set it on fire because you've brought it out to the social media. It's a crime to set a legal tender such as that on fire. But how be it now, the message is well passed, but the message has a lot of underlying things that we actually want to discuss here. Number one is there was no need. This is our own opinion, of course. This is the social media. Everybody has an opinion. Yeah. There's no need for you to come out and talk about that actually, especially mentioning specifically the ministry, especially mentioning that it was House on the Rock. And of course, this is from our own perspective. His own perspective is this. Like he said, House on the Rock is a well-structured church. And when you see structure, you will know. Do you understand? Possibly Pastor Paul Adefarasin might not have been the one to, to write the check or to do everything concerning the whole check thing. So it must have passed through maybe one or two individuals in the admin board before the check maybe might be handed over to Prophet Joel Ogebe, or Pastor Paul Adefarasin did it himself, but he might have done it with with his admin or the administrators of the ministry having an idea. Now, why are we saying this? Because Prophet Joel Ogebe is known for somebody that stands, against ministers putting fees in front. In fact, in the last time, Prophet Suddenly Part 3, he was given a role where he was insulting the man, the pastor, the minister, and telling him that if we are going to pay you such amount of money, that means from the airport you need to raise the dead. And you guys need to watch that, Prophet Suddenly, because Prophet Joel Ogebe's part was really, epic and very funny. Yeah, but so somebody that has been known for such stance and position, why he did this, we're looking at it from his own perspective, was to come and make sure the public knows that even though I received the check, because that's where we had a problem. You shouldn't have even received it in the first place if you had an intention to set it ablaze. But even though I received the check, this was the mindset, or this is what I planned to do, or this is what I did with the check. Why? Because news fly. Do you understand? So when you receive a check, just like when it was Apostle Family Lazarus, complaining about the ministers, gospel music ministers that charged, they said you invited just one song that made you popular, and you were talking about 4 or 6 million to bring you to come and worship God and stuff like that, and see the way he frustrated a team of protocols that was sent to go and bring him. Not up to 1 or 2 or 3 hours, somebody went and fished out the fact that Apostle Femi Lazarus also has a mentorship class where he charges in dollars. You understand? So this is the social media, and when you put yourself out there, and especially as a critic, or you put yourself out there as a pious person or a saint, or anytime you err or your flaw is being seen, it's going to be discussed and analyzed very, very quickly. That's the social media world. So from Prophet Joel Ogebe's perspective, in light of trying to buttress his point, the message, we're no more looking at the message he was actually trying to pass. It is what he has been saying over time. Almost all of them have been saying from the same tribe. All of them have been talking about this honorarium thing. And Prophet Joel Ogebe has been clear about his stance. So receiving a check from House on the Rock, it will make news. So tomorrow he is trying to put it out there that, oh, I received a check. I didn't want it in the first place, but maybe after insisting from the church, we collected it, but I told my guys we're not going to cash it. We're going to set it ablaze. So he's putting out there that, look, I talk against receiving honorarium and all that. It's not bad for you to receive honorarium, but not the fact that I went to House on the Rock and they gave me honorarium, and you people will now know tomorrow that I collected check. Now I've setting it ablaze. I'm not going to cash the check. And you see, so it's actually two-sided. One side, from our own perspective, you shouldn't have even collected in the first place if you're going to make a video about it and talk about the fact that you're not going to use the check, or you're not going to cash the check, or you're going to set it ablaze. You understand? You shouldn't have made a video about it already. It's already like you're already taking reward. Do you understand? The major things God blesses us for are things that are done in secret, what people do not really know. Do you understand? So, secondly, now, if the check was written in the ministry name, is it a bad idea? Or if Pastor Paul Adefarasin has written it in the name of the church, you understand, name of the Salem ministry, is it a bad idea to receive it into the ministry? Because he's also a pastor, he's a priest, he's a man of God. You understand? And he receives gifts, he receives seed. Do you understand? People come and, of course, they give him seeds. People give him seed. You understand? So is it because he went there to do one part of his ministry, maybe as a music minstrel, as a psalmist? Is that why the gift is like that? Or he feels, or is it that if it came as a gift or an honorarium, maybe somebody sent him the money, maybe after preaching or after ministering, will he have set the money or the check ablaze, allegedly, because we are not there? Will he have come out to say he's going to set it ablaze? Or because it has to do with music, he went there to sing? So if he had collected the honorarium, news would certainly fly. Do you understand? So what we just think about this whole thing is, we do not agree with the fact that he came out online. We so much love and respect him, and of course the way he delivers, and he has good music. You understand, for this generation, yeah. But the fact that he came online to talk about it, we do not totally agree with that. He would have kept it private. You understand? If you didn't want to take the money, don't even collect it at all. Collecting it already is a temptation, and the blessing has already been released from Pastor Paul Adefarasin, who might not actually be happy if he gets to watch the video that you wanted to set the check ablaze, because in his own mind, he might not even be thinking about all this. Pastor Paul doesn't even have a problem with musicians collecting honorarium. The church is blessed, so they give musicians honorarium. Do you understand? So in his own heart, he might feel that, okay, he has been a blessing to you, only to wake up and see a video trending where you said you are going to set the check ablaze. I see it as kind of a disrespect. It's better you just return it. Although even if you set it ablaze and you don't use it, the money will still be there, but at least you received it. You understand? It's better not to receive a gift than to destroy the gift that has been given. That's our own opinion, actually. And of course, we love Prophet Joel Ogebe, and we are not trying to talk down on him or his ministry. He's a great man. He's a great guy. He's doing a wonderful job for the kingdom. And thirdly, as well, it's also good that he came out here to make it known to people, especially buttressing his points, his message about honorarium and all that, still reminding people you can collect it. But our question is this: number 3 is the teammates, the team members, the people that he went with, Do they have a system? Do they have a structure of sustainability? Do you understand? Is this how he's going to be doing? Let's say, because most of the time people that attend the African Praise Experience end up being the guest ministers at the experience themselves. So the experience might also be a target. Do you understand? Because when he talked about the platform, talk about the community, so he is looking at something bigger. Do you understand? So possibly after the African Praise Experience, he might be featured in the experience, which is the biggest, gospel concert in the world. You understand? Happening in Nigeria, Lagos State. Kudos to Pastor Paul Adefarasin for the consistency. May the Lord continue to strengthen him. So this might also be a platform to find himself and find expression in the experience, concert. You understand? So that's another way to look at it. But howbeit, may the Lord help us in the body of Christ. What we just think and what we draw out of this video is not everything we should come out to the internet and talk about. Even if we're pastors, not everything we talk about. You understand? And let's know what you think. Do you really agree with what he did? Do you support what he did, or this was not actually necessary at all? There was no need to mention that, especially the fact that he was very, very particular about the church, and of course he mentioned the name of the pastor in the video. So this is our own opinion. Let's know what you think in the comment section. This is the Preacher's Portal. If you're new to this channel, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe.